We got another one for XRP. Another what? We'll stick around and find out because it's a juicy announcement. HBAR news? Yes, you gotta hear it. Tether, money printer go burr along with...
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
That's right, XRP fans. We got another one, and it's not hopium BS because it's something we can track using SEC tools. That's right, Edgar, baby. But before we get into that, we go to your comments. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it at the beginning of the next video. Shane Wilkins dropping some support on the channel and says thank you. Well, you're welcome, and thank you for the support of the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Sir Yuri says everyone keeps talking about our next leg up since we've been consolidating for so long. I'd be disappointed if we had a pullback. The reason Sir Yuri says that is because I had a post, a vote, that said, hey, are we going to have a major market correction by the first half of June? Anyone else getting that icky feeling, or is it just me? Well, 61% of you are saying, yeah, the market will dump big time. 39% said, no, we're good. No need for a pullback. Let me know. I'm going to have that vote linked in the description down below. Alan McMaster, who's very frequent in the comments, thank you, Alan, says same. Got to prepare more dry powder just in case. I've got lots of money ready just in case the market corrects, because I haven't really been buying that much gold lately because the prices are just too high. Bitcoin sitting at 106,976, ETH is 2644, XP is at 228. Now look. There's been a lot of good news in regards of XRP lately and a lot of the alts. Why hasn't the price gone up? I'm going to talk about that at the end, okay? Don't worry, it's going to make plenty of sense why the price isn't going up. But first, USDT hits 80% stablecoin market milestone. Money printer go burr, but usage of the money from the money printer also go nuts as well. USDT, the biggest stablecoin by market cap, is utilized for 80% of all payments in stablecoins. So yeah, Tether definitely fires up the money printer, but a lot of people are using it. While the segment is growing by 100% every 6 months, it's still a tiny fraction of what's transferred by Visa and MasterCard, a new report says. Tether is the largest stablecoin by market cap and the most popular asset in the class in the world, reached by a new usage high. 80% market share by volume. That's fucking nuts. According to a document named Stablecoin Payments from the Ground Up, in just 2 years, the average monthly stablecoin usage, now mind you, this is before we got a stablecoin reg bill through the United States. Can you imagine how big stablecoins are going to be once we actually get the bill going through? Average monthly stablecoin usage surged 215% from 2 billion to over 6.3 billion. That's in 2 years. Tether has always remained the most popular asset here, with Circle's USDC second. By the way, let me know down below if y'all are into the Circle IPO. I've got my name listed, but right now, they have more people wanting to get into the IPO than they have shares available. So you know how they have the target price from $24 to $26? Yo, we know that it's going to be way higher than that when that thing is released. In terms of blockchains utilized for stablecoin transfers, Tron is an undisputed leader, followed by ETH, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon. Interesting. I still don't trust Tron, TRX, or Justin Sun because he's a slippery son bitch. Alright, let's get to some HBAR news. Real estate platform StegX to tokenize 100 million real-world assets on Hedera. Okay. Now, good news, yes. Is it going to bring price action? No, but still good news. And we're going to talk about why you're not seeing price action in the market here at the end. So hang out with me, all right? Hedera's traction in the real-world asset market is set for a major boost thanks to 100 million of real-world assets coming on-chain via institution real estate platform StegX. The Hedera Foundation, which supports development of the Hedera HBAR blockchain network, revealed huge news on May 29th. Oh, that's today. That's why you hit the subscribe button so we can beat Papa John. We're only like 150 subs away, and when we do, we're going to be eating a pizza. We got a super chat earlier today in order to buy that pizza, so thank you for that. The partnership involves Zonex, a Silicon-based firm focused on bridging real-world assets to decentralized finance systems. Here's that tweet. Oh, it's linked in the description down below with all these articles. And they're not BS articles like you see from the other smack monkeys on Twitter and X. This is the real shit. We're excited to announce StegX, the institutional real estate platform, tokenizing 100 million, and this is coming from the Hedera Foundation. Yeah, a real place, not bullshit. All right, ready for the XRP ones? Here we go. We got another one today. XRP lands its first $10 million corporate acquisition. Yes, I know. I wish there were more zeros on there. 100 million would be nice. 10 billion would be nice, but look, let's settle for what we can get. Data center operator Hyperscale Data has announced plans to purchase up to 10 million worth of XRP in preparation for its launch of a new blockchain-based lending platform in the third quarter of 2025. So you're like, well, bro, why isn't the price moving? Because I just told you, in the third quarter of 2025, we're in the second quarter right now, led by its subsidiary Alt Capital Group. It is a focused step into the decentralized finance with an eye serving U.S. public companies. As the core asset for its new enterprise lending system, XRP will be used exclusively for companies listed on the NYSE American, and NASDAQ. Nice golf clap. The cool thing about this is any publicly traded company, guess what we can do? We could track it using SEC Edgar tools. How fucking cool is that? Awesome, isn't it? By the way, here is the Globe News Wire announcement. The platform will be exclusively available to public companies listed on the NYSE and all three tiers of the NASDAQ stock market, as the loans are currently anticipated to be repaid in XRP fucking hot. ACG expects to utilize XRP futures contracts in the CME to hedge market exposure. ACG is seeking to deliver a secure, compliant, institutional-grade solution for blockchain-based lending. Golf clap, everyone. All right, let's look at the CMC 100 index. It's been pretty much moving sideways as of late, right? Right. So as we get good news, you're all sitting here going, but bro, why aren't the prices of our favorite cryptos moving? Well, let me ask you a question, okay? Earlier today, we had an announcement about a player buying 121 million worth of XRP. Okay, that's good, right? We didn't see XRP price move, right? Right, we didn't. Now, we know that Sailor and other players out there are buying billions and billions and billions and billions and billions worth of BTC. And you see the price of BTC go up, and then you see the price of BTC go down, right? So you see players buying billions and billions and billions of BTC, and lots of players like Metaplanet, Mara, Riot, all over the world, right? But BTC isn't constantly going up. You see pullbacks. You saw all the way here in April, BTC went back down to 76,000 in price. So even though they've got mega whale support, you're seeing BTC pull back because macros still rule the roost. And right now, especially with things like XRP, what is bigger than XRP buying? Well, Jerome Powell and the Fed. Inflation is still a bigger economic concern than 121 million of buying of XRP. Jerome Powell and the Fed keeping rates higher for longer still crushes the expansion of the economy. That is a bigger factor than the buying of XRP. Think about it. There's billions of dollars of buying of BTC, but yet BTC can still get crushed, as we saw in April, by what? Tariff announcements. So even global trade concerns can crush the billions and billions of dollars of buying from MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy. So global macros rule the roost, not just the buying from these big players out there. So yes, we've gotten great news recently for XRP. Yes, whales have been buying BTC left and right. Yes, we have seen countries like El Salvador. Yes, we have seen players out there add strategic reserve assets with BTC and XRP. But global macros rule the roost. Tariffs freak the markets out. Tariffs also pump the markets. We've also seen that rates being high push markets down. We've also seen a lack of regs do what, everyone? Keep capital money away, especially for the altcoins. We've seen what? We've seen geopolitical tensions push the market down. Okay, what happened to make BTC roar around November 4th and 5th? What happened to XRP that made it pump from November 4th to 5th? Let's pick another crypto. Let's just pick a random crypto here. Let's just pick HBAR because we talked about HBAR earlier. What happened to HBAR between November 4th and 5th? We had an election of a pro-crypto president and a pro-crypto regime. Did that have to do with anyone buying? No, again, changes of political tone when it comes to crypto. So again, that didn't have to do with people buying. That had to do with an overall shift of pro-crypto environment in a massive economic powerhouse. So yes, you can have good news like players coming out buying more XRP. Yes, you can have good news like Hedera getting a little bit of tokenization action. Yes, you can have good news like Sailor going absolutely nuts using other people's money to buy BTC. But the reality is macros rule the roost. So I get it in the comments where y'all are going, but bro, it's not helping the price out. I get it. Remember, Jerome Powell is still peeing in our Cheerios. Jerome Powell is still out there saying, yo, I'm going to leave rates higher for longer because inflation is still a big concern. Housing prices are still very high. We're going to leave rates high for longer and all the other things I've been talking about. So yes, you're going to get good news, but remember, macros, ladies, still rule the roost. And as long as that gold market is still high, people are still fearing what? A lot of big economic concern. And I really do like how the blue looks. It just makes the background pop better. But doesn't it make sense though now, like why the price doesn't go up? Because the macros really are bigger. Now, granted, you're going to be like, but bro, BTC touches all-time highs. Well, yeah, because you got players dumping billions and billions and billions into it, but those highs don't always stay there. That's why we still have the corrections. You don't see players dumping billions and billions and billions into XRP or into HBAR. So that's why the market's doing what it's doing. And also look at the gold market. All-time highs like all the time. So gold, safe haven play. Bitcoin like a digital version of gold, right? Like a store of value, digital safe haven play. So it makes sense. Volatility in the market right now is still something that a lot of people are worried about. And when they're worried about it, risk assets like the altcoins kind of have to take the back seat. So when can altcoins run? When there's less risk in the market. And let's be real here. We're still freaking out about trade concerns. We're still freaking out about inflation. We're still freaking out about Russia and Ukraine. Even though it's kind of simmered in the back burner, we're still worried about it. We're still freaking out about Trump derangement syndrome. We're still worried about China. Like, you see what I'm saying? So don't freak out whenever I bring up a news story and you're like, but bro, the price isn't moving. No kidding. Because the macros still suck balls. Some of the biggest economic superpowers out there, like the United States, are leaving rates way too high. So the next time you see good news and the price isn't reflecting it, blame people like Jerome Powell that have sucked when it comes to economic policy. They've been behind this entire time. He was late to raise rates when we had the pandemic, and he's been late to cut rates. Meanwhile, the Eurozone, the Canadians, and other players out there have been cutting. And let's be real here. The other big problem we got is debt is just out of control across the globe. Yes, flat earthers, the globe. It's a circle. I'm making a circle with my hands, like a ball. It's like a ball, like this. It's like a ball. It's like a ball. It's like a circle. Okay? Circle. Flat, circle. Flat earthers, circle. Smart, stupid. Choo-choo, what? Choo-choo, bitches.